Hello, my name is Robyn. I am a channeler and tarot reader, and here we have a few questions we asked Unnakasunja in our last channeling, which was last Sunday, and a couple of them were from members of our audience, so here they are. I'm just going to talk through the questions very briefly, and then you can see what their answers or responses were. Okay, so the first question was, we have found ourselves triggered by Chem Trails in the sky. Is there anything we can do individually to counteract poisons in our air? The second question is, lately we have noticed different themes in a day. For example, one day it seems peaceful, another day it seems surreal, and yet another day feeling triggered negatively. These themes seem kind of out of our control. Can you help us understand what this is and how to find balance when we feel negatively triggered? And the answer was actually not what I would have expected. Okay. Then a couple of questions from one of our viewers was, for those who feel a connection to the hybridization program, how can they connect to their children? And a follow-on question from that is, are there any hybrid children on Mount Shasta? And the other two were personal questions. So I'm going to leave that there for you. Enjoy the questions. I will timestamp it. I know I've done the timestamps wrong in the past. I have fixed it now. So if you want to go to a particular question, check that out. Obviously, if you're interested in a personal channeling or personal tarot reading, check out my website, robynstain.com. Information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for subscribing. It's quite slow going on YouTube, but I still feel compelled to put this information out there to those who it resonates, those who naturally falls into their lap. So if that is you, then it's really nice that we have a nice community together. So I'll leave that there. Enjoy and have a good week. Take care. Bye.
We have found ourselves triggered by chemical trails in our sky. Is there anything we can do individually to counteract poisons in our air?
Telepath, light, vocalize. In your landing within your soul, you recognize we are elevating this also. Your choosing love within Almighty now. We are elevating this elevation to commence within all. You ask within love now, why is the light of the sky trailed with chemicals that we do perceive of as violent to our rays? We say that within your light, we can find that it is dominant of that perspective of seeking to veil that which will determine not to be seen. Yes? So, for those of those who experience the elevations of the chemical trails as you speak of within the skies, for some degree it is also purported to cast a veil on that which does not wish to be seen. Do you understand? Yes. So, for you within yourself, you are questioning the factor of certain poisons within the air scale. There are, we would say, fractions of Victor, moment within light, comments, our light within, Victor parkways that are emanating within the trust light colors now within love, all almighty love, and within our soul. We are attempting to give certain chemistry, yes, but she is not familiar with the vocalization of this now within light. You are asking within regards to certain weather patterns being infiltrated by chemical adhesions within the air factors, yes?
Yes.
And while to some degree, yes, this has been done, is being done, you are aware of it, there are also some frequencies that do commit also within this agenda, so to speak, yes. However, we see an additional layer, so to speak, of this as being a veiling of that which those who in command of this apparatus do not wish for many peoples to see. So it is a veiling, as if a mask has been placed over the sphere in order for you not to see certain visuals within the skies and to harness a value that of which is being brought within the pulsations of Mother Gaia in order to help her move forward. So, you are asking within us, how does one individually, yes, cleanse the air with which they breathe? Yes? We would say within your light, the first matter is within breath itself. Yes? So, understand that there are many within your society who breathe automatically, yes, and are not aware of their breath unless they are in an extreme version of suffocation or hyperventilation. Yes, therefore, usually a person is not in perceiving awareness of their breath. Yes, when one is in perceiving awareness of their breath, yes, and focuses the attention on it, yes, it is extremely powerful, we would say.
Oh.
Yes, therefore, we would say that regardless of certain chemicals that may inhibit factors of purity within the air, when one does concern themselves with deeper breath work, yes, it does omit certain calcification, so to speak. Yes?
Oh, wonderful.
So, this could be a way that a person could use their consciousness, evaluative measures within their intention to clean their own air with the conscious intention and the focus brought about a breath work is a very valuable tool. Yes? Now, of course, one could surround themselves with much plant life that does also cleanse the air. Yes? There's also another factor to consider if one wishes, and that would be to burn certain wood, dry wood, yes, create a smoky haze, yes, which has a detoxifying energetics, carbon detoxifying energetics in the surrounding air.
Oh.
Yes, similar to how those who burn certain dry sages, yes, that do cleanse the air, so can wood within itself. Yes, it is a heavier metallic, we would say, heavier compound, yes, that is overriding certain chemicals that are emitted within the air and diluted within much of it.
Oh,
yes,
you.
so one could achieve to do this, however, understand that the consciousness is very powerful, and therefore, when one does breathe deeply, yes, with a conscious awareness of bringing purity within their lungs, yes, it has a stronger impact than that of a physical nature that is being, in a particle level, yes, being brought into the body. Do you understand?
Wonderful. Thank you, Unnakasunja.
Yes.
It's sort of related, the next question, but I'll read it. It's quite long, but you'll understand when I get to the end of it. Lately, we have noticed different themes in a day. For example, one day seems beautiful and peaceful. Another day seems surreal. And yet, on another day, feeling triggered negatively. These themes seem out of our control. Can you help us understand what this is and how to find balance, especially when we feel negatively triggered?
elevate. Or commands now. Commands are within love. Yes, counsel of love, connect within. You are trusting the light within the values that you seek of now. And as you do so, we also emit our affections within it. You are celebrating this idea of focusing on various pinpoints of the day. Understand that any moment during a course of a day, yes, can have a very different focus, yes. The theme, so to speak, is a choosing to extend and elaborate a moment and spread it and stretch it throughout the course of the day. Yes, therefore, what that is explaining within you is that a particular moment that is felt during the course of a day overrides the rest of the moments. Yes, meaning it would not necessarily be a theme for the day as that has been put upon you, but it would be a unique moment within a course of a day that has more empowerment, yes, and is more unique, that it seems to rest and spread itself over the feeling of the day, such as when smoke, yes, settles low on the ground, such is a unique moment shifted and expanded upon. So, in this case, in this scenario, we would express to you that it is not necessarily a theme that is being put upon you, but a choosing of a singular moment to be so identifiable that it is to be in awareness of it as to stretch it through the course of the day. Yes? Whether it be a positive nature or a negative nature is entirely your choosing.
But this seems to be unconscious, Unnakasunja.
Understand that the conscious awareness within your humanity is growing, yes? And therefore, the unconsciousness is being brought to consciousness when it is identified.
I see.
Yes, one could not identify it without being conscious. Yes. There are multitudes of vibrations that are overlapping and weaving in amongst you. Yes, at every single moment of the day. That which feels very different to the moment before can cause an alarm of, what is this? This is unique. This feels very different. This exists in a moment of consciousness. The moment of consciousness then graduates, builds bigger, and in the conscious awareness of it, the individual does spread it out and empower it, you see. So therefore, it could be whatever you wish. Now, understand that of course, we see within your light, yes, these innovations and ideas of planetary alignments, yes, being certain causes of certain effects, and while this could be true, yes, these have always existed, yes. We would say the difference, more recently as you do express it so, is the acknowledgement of an identifiable moment being very different to the moment before.
Yes.
And how strong an awareness you are of it breathes more life into its expansion, and thus you involve yourself more within the energetics of it by acknowledging it. Therefore, through choice and choosing, yes, one could choose to identify a different moment, more of their choosing, yes, to bring more focused awareness into, and then feel the theme for that day. Do you understand?
Yes. So we're to feel the theme and not try and bring balance to it.
Light within light, lean, lean, lean. Yes? What we express within your light now, yes, is The theme exists because you choose it so.
Oh.
Yes. Therefore, when a moment arises and the consciousness, awareness of it, cease to be negative orientated, yes, one can simply say to themselves, this is but a negative impression of this moment. Yes. I will wait another moment and change it and find a different vibration that is pulsating through my hemisphere, yes, and choose to focus on that one instead.
All right. So, in other words, I understand what you're saying. So, by not focusing on the negative remembrance, it's not bringing it to light. But surely if we bring it to light, we can negate it.
Understand that when it is acknowledged, yes, it has been brought to light.
Oh,
yes.
Right. So then it won't happen again.
If one chooses to then move on to the next moment.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Wonderful.
So, to understand that there are multiple infinite minds of streamlines of thought, of conscious vibrations that are within your field, woven within your reality at present.
Yes.
Many are positive, many are negative, many are very neutral, yes. When a so-called negative idea arrives, yes, and one sees it and feels it, yes, and they say to themselves, no, but I do not like this energy, yes, they are bringing it to light by acknowledging it. They have a choice thereafter to say, okay, this was a negative idea. I've brought it to light. I feel it. My body senses it, yes. My mind is trying to intellectualize it. However, I am also in awareness that there's a streamline very close to my arena, that of love and compassion. And therefore, I think I will jump on that streamline instead. However, if I wish to investigate the darker themes and bring it about a theme and stretch it through the course of the day to dissect it further, this is my choosing. Perhaps I will learn something of this, or perhaps I will feel not very good. Yes? So, after the moment has been acknowledged, the choice is yours. Now, understand that this is a very powerful time in your society. Yes? Many are waking up to these individual moments, which is a concept, an arena of reality that is momentarily being brought to light. Yes? However, there are multiple available to you. So, many are picking up on various points because you are not advanced yet to the degree of identifying all of them all at once. Yes, it can only happen moment to moment. Yes? Yes. However, if one feels the need to spend more time in the arena of discomfort in order for it to fully embark within an understanding of a deeper nature, then this is also fit and valid. This is why we say it is one's choice, but there are multiple moments in a day, multiple unique frames of reference that does come to light.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Because it does seem unbidden.
Understand, of course, all of it is. Yes. You are within, we would say, a tornado, yes, of many energetics swirling around your individual poise and within your atmosphere. Hundreds of thousands of individual vibrations, unique within their own and blended with harmonics of others, that everyone is feeling and pulsating through, walking through, yes? Those pinnacle moments that suddenly come to light with clarity is but a moment of it, yes? Yes, one could investigate it, or one could simply say, oh, yes, I understand this. I recognize this is not to my flavorings. I will leave you to swirl around and continue your focus, but for within myself, this has been rectified. Therefore, I will move on to another moment that feels more in harmony with my beingness.
Infinitely preferable.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Thank you, Unnakasunja.
Yes.
We'll move on to the third question. For those who feel a connection to the hybridization program, how can they connect with their children?
No light. Take in our mind. We light of focalizing within the more you choose. You are celebrating light within love. Innovative galactics now. Mind, telepathic love in your soul. You are learning the love of Almighty within. Yes, investigating this aspect of the program with regards to bridging certain DNA factors within to another type of species, so to speak, is that of Mother Nature, is that of all of creation. Yes? So, understanding, yes, hybridization is to simply understand creation in all its form. It's simply one aspect of it. The term hybridizational program does emit a certain quality of that feeling of control affiliated within it, giving control to one and taking control from another. Yes? Therefore, the terminology used with hybridization program does not always derive from a positive aspect with regards to the sensory associated energetics of what is deemed of as control, being programmed. Yes? However, hybridization, as you do perceive it, and we know that you are aware of this, Lynn, is all of existence. All of existence is to some degree hybridized. Yes? It is forming together. Yes? Two cells do come together. A cell splits, yes, and it bridges into another and forms within others, yes, to create more creation. However, we understand that within this question, yes, you are asking about certain denominations of that which has an agenda of creation in allegiance to different species. Yes? So, within this faction, there are, as you understand it, many who are compliant with a program with the idea to nominate new forms of creation, new races. Yes? It has always been done, always will be done. Yes? Therefore, those who are in connection with this programming of creation see them but as creators. Yes? They are creating more. They wish to have more expressions of themselves in a derivative way. Now, those who feel, as you do say, connected to this program, the reason why they feel connected to it is because to some degree they have the extrasensory perception that they are connected. They are as if an umbilical cord, yes, are connected to an idea of, one moment, compartmentalizing now light within, also command. Those who feel connected within this hybridization program of what you speak of, the reason why they feel connected to it is because they are connected to it. Those cannot feel connection where there is not connection. However, all is connection. But simply speaking, when it is something particular that one feels drawn to, it means that they are drawn to it as if by an invisible umbilical cord. Yes. So, those who are commensurate to the project, so to speak. We prefer to say the project rather than the program.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
As program does have a sensory perspective of control attached to it.
Yes.
Yes. So we would say project. Yes. An exciting project. Those who are in connection with it are serving a purpose. Yes, they've agreed upon a purpose to serve. Those who wish to connect with their offspring, so to speak, can in some cases and cannot in others. What we mean by this, you cannot connect with your hybrid children if they have not been fully birthed yet.
Oh,
Yes?
I see.
Yes. Some are still housed, yes, in a fetal position, yes. There are also those who are available to communicate and those who are unavailable to communicate. It is very different per person, yes. So, therefore, if one wishes to connect with their children, those who are in awareness and fully optimal in their functions to do so, will be in awareness of this, yes, if they are old enough to be in that conscious state. We would say older than, in your perspective, 3 to 4 years, yes. Then they will have the awareness of it as if the invisible umbilical cord does tug at their heartstrings. Of course, they've also been educated as so. However, they will have an awareness of it, yet they may not be, to some degree, permitted to fully respond to it. Yes? Because certain agreements that have been made on a deeper soul path has been to commit to the project without distracting the soul's journey in the current premise.
Oh, I see.
Yes, so it is very difficult to say because you are speaking of a large proportion of people, we would say. Yes?
Sure.
Yes. Those who wish to connect can send loving connections and ask for invitations. However, not all will be RSVP'd.
Yes.
Yes, because those may have to consider the prior agreement to involve themselves separately whilst the person continues their current life path. Yes? Those who are permitted by the soul's agreement to say hello, yes, can send, we would say, dream factor visions of that which is very lucid, yes, and in some degrees can create certain visitations in physical nature, yes, but not to the extent, we would say, to the degree as yet of turning up on the doorstep and saying, hello, I am your child, yes, because there are certain parameters that are required to house, yes, these energetics of new ideologies, new consciousness being birthed together. Yes, it is a delicate operation, so to speak.
I should think so.
Yes. But we understand there are many of those who feel the tug of the invisible umbilical cord, yes, and wondering, where are my children now? Yes. To understand that they are well taken care of, and for those who reach the older ages, yes, of the awareness, on full recognition, and to some degree are watching you. Yes, yes.
Thank you, Unnakasunja.
Yes.
Related to that is the same person asked quite a lot of questions in one, so we'll just add one other aspect of that question, and that is, are there hybrid children on Mount Shasta?
Teleconnect. Now, path within love or light. We could say yes, but not always. You understand?
Yes.
So there are, but you would understand, all certain teleportations, yes, that do arrive within certain cavernous features for some degree of visitation. However, they do not, we would say, reside there permanently.
Yes.
Yes, so this would be the closest we could answer within this light.
Thank you very much.
Yes, yes.